I usually don't make videos where I comment on lifestyles and stuff. However, I've been seeing a trend popping up lately off and on social media called Tradwives. And yeah, basically this isn't some fringe idea. It used to be quite mainstream. Women, believe it or not, years ago would stay at home, raise their kids while their husband worked. And that was the normality right up until the 1960s when feminism took off and women started wanting to work and stuff. And that became less and less until here we are now in the girl boss era. I have nothing against Tradwives. That's what people want to do. Hell, I have friends who are Mormon and that's what they do. The guy goes to work while the girl stays home, looks after their kids. And yeah, it's quite the normal thing in their religion. And stuff. What I find interesting, though, is that mainstream media today likes to demonize it as oppressive to women and all this other crap. The problem with that is you guys are sending out two mixed messages. One hand, you want women to be empowered and do whatever they want. On the other hand, you're telling women how to live. Which I think is kind of fucked up, plain and simply. Excuse my French. It's called pick a message, stick to it. Not every woman wants to be a girl boss. And most of the ones that I know who are girl bosses end up being the most miserable people you could ever meet. And you can tell they are miserable too. I know from my own experience and chasing after things that I thought would bring me joy in my life and make it fulfilled. That's just not the way you should do it. Did I find fulfillment on the other side of the rainbow? No. All I found was a pot of shit and no leprechaun, so to say. I think what it is that these ones that are attacking people who want to do tradwife type stuff, I think on some level envy them and wish that they could do that, yet they are so conditioned to be against it that they have to act up against it. At least that's my thinking of it. I will admit, as a neurodiverse person, I find humans at times are very puzzling. While other times they're quite clear-cut that some people aren't wired fully correctly, if you know what I mean. But yeah, in my experience as a man, like, we as men are taught that we should have careers that should bring us fulfillment and all this other good stuff. Get married, have kids, yada, yada, yada. Well, I tried to pursue that for myself. It ended up blowing up in my face royally. I ended up dating some very messed up people, two of which were confirmed narcissists. And this isn't an amateur diagnosis. I know this from talking to their family as well as a couple of their exes that came after me, that they were diagnosed as having narcissistic personality disorder. As well as I've worked a couple careers, including one at a university, that turned out not to be very fulfilling. Let's put it this way. They didn't give a crap about me at all. I thought they did, and they talked a good game, but I was just a number on a piece of paper. I find nowadays you need to find fulfillment from inside of yourself, not from the external world. And this is from my perspective as a man. If the people who are tradwives find that fulfills them, then power to them. I know with me, I need to be in a very structured environment, work-wise. The university I worked at was kind of chaotic. Especially the IT department itself was kind of a little disorganized. Same could be said of Simplycast, too. Did you ever hear the old adage, too many chefs spoil the broth? Well, Dalhousie, like Simplycast, had too many managers who spoiled the broth, so to say. And none of these managers would talk to each other. It was always a game of one-upmanship between them. But I digress. I find that I gotta have a very structured day, this comes in handy. Yes, I could have a day planner with software and stuff. However, I kind of prefer having something that I have to physically create. Like my current school schedule that I have now, which is 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., would probably be something similar that I would try to recreate if I were to go back to work, which I plan on doing. If I do full-time, I want to ease into it over a period of time. I also want to work at a place that's very structured. Because I know that I require structure, but that's just me. Some people thrive on chaos. Some people thrive on structure. To each their own. But yeah, getting back to the tradwife thing. I'd rather have 1,000,000 tradwives than 1,000,001 Kardashian wannabes in society. Quite frankly. Who knows, maybe if this trend is embraced fully, society itself might not be chaotic, with every woman wanting to be Kim Kardashian. That would be great, in my opinion. Because not every person is cut out to be a Kim Kardashian. Sadly, there are a bunch of them who will probably waste their lives trying to be Kim Kardashian. But that's their choice in life. That is all.